guys, Jason here with BounceWave Inflatable Sales. Wanted to show you guys some a different look of a larger obstacle course we carry. When we build obstacle courses, there's several ways to do it. You can one piece an obstacle course and make one section like 60 foot and then add a slide to it, things like that. Where I find a problem with that is expense, right? So if I have a 60-foot obstacle or a 90-foot obstacle, and I can rent two ways. Let's say these two 30-foot sections were tied together, one piece to make a 60, and then we just have the slide. It only gives me the option to rent a 60-foot obstacle and a dry slide separate, or a 90-foot obstacle with one piece weighing more, because this whole will be one piece. This whole 60-foot part here would be one piece. But what we've done is separated them. A little more expensive to do, but from a rental standpoint, it's a lot more practical. And from a rolling standpoint, it's a little more practical as well, because I'm going to roll 30-foot sections. So these are three sections, three 30-foot sections, which make 90. A 30-foot obstacle, 30-foot obstacle, and then your slide, which is 30-foot as well. So if I'm looking at this, not only is it absolutely beautiful, this is our Fire Island run. So you're going to get a 30-foot run with a slide, a lot of pop-ups and different obstacles on the inside. Small slide that exits out here, and then you'll see where it connects. And naturally, where we connect them is going to be awfully good. You're going to have bottom overlays, a center overlay, and then outer overlays 3 times as well, right? Nothing done cheaply. As we're going to do it, it's going to be done correctly. This is going to be sealed, as you can see inside there, is about as tight as you can get it. So that way the gap stays away, and again, things just done properly. When you look at other obstacle courses, I don't know if you see them out there in the market, you're not going to find that. And again, when we talk about zippers, and I know I mentioned a lot, but let's look at on both sides, the amount of air tubes you have. You have to have air tubes on both sides of obstacle courses, because depending on where your setup is, we don't want to run cords around the unit if we only have inflation tubes on one side. Now we got to go under the unit or around the unit, gets in the way of all the people. Bad idea. Spend a few extra bucks, put the air tubes on both sides, and look at your zippers. For a 30-foot obstacle, there's one in the back, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 4 air tubes. This thing's going to come down. I've never timed it in seconds, but guys, I got to tell you, it's going to be awfully fast to get you out of there. And here's what's cool about it. So let's talk about versatility in a 90-foot obstacle course. There's some 90-footers that are, again, 2-piece or 1-piece unit that are grossly heavy and tough to work with. So if we take 2 30s and then a slide, I can rent 2 30-footers to 2 different backyards, right? You have backyard obstacles, 2 30-footers, 2 different backyards. I can rent a 60-footer just to the church that can't afford to go 90, or the school, or a 60-footer to the event or backyard that wants more than a 30 but can't afford the 90. These things do happen, so it leaves me a lot of options to work this obstacle course. And then 90 for the folks that can afford it, the larger events. If you're doing the bigger paper plates and you want something like this, it also fits in that run. And the beauty of it is, really, 2 guys would be a little easier as far as maybe installation, but 1 person will set this up, because there's not much to it. 30, 30, and this is a pretty light setup and not a whole lot to it. So there again, you have a 30-foot section running here, splits off, tunnels come out, right back into another 30-foot section here. And again, look at all your zippers and air tubes, both sides. A little bit different obstacles in this 30-footer. You got the 2 round tubes at the bottom and different runs to go through. Pop-ups here, and then your slide section here, which again, triple overlay, Velcroed in the middle for your slide section coming off here. And then your slide here, which this could be rented as a dry slide as well. So if we come and pan back, and you can show them the slide here, Austin. That 3 30-foot sections just makes your life a lot easier, just to butt them up. And when you're rolling these things, you want to roll them forward, so that backside would roll to your Velcro overlay. The second one would roll back to your Velcro overlay, so you put both of them together and just push them apart and they're tied together. That's something you kind of get used to. But man, how versatile is this piece? And I think it's awfully good and awfully versatile. And and highly attractive. This one is $84.95, and you can come pick it up. We have it naturally in stock sitting here right now. This is $84.95, guys. It gives you a lot of versatility. It offers you the big obstacle course, but also if you consolidate into a small section, if the big stuff isn't going, someone just wants a 30 in the backyard, you can peel that off for $230 and take it to them. You can take a 60 here and go 30 with the slide only and cut a price for somebody and still get a big section of the obstacle out. It leaves you options rather than being honed into one big obstacle, and that's, they either got to spend the $800 or $700 or $900, or you're out of gas with the whole piece. I'm not a big fan of that. When it comes out to courses, I'd rather have things that move. So 888-901-WAVE, we have it in stock. We can get this to you going into December for Christmas, all the events that happen at Christmas time. Wrap it into New Year's, and you'll be off and running. Should have this thing paid for by March, April if you're in the South. Up north, take a little longer. But 888-901-WAVE, take advantage of this amazing 90-foot obstacle course.